If they were in the same weight class, it'd be a cracking fight. But there's too much of a gap. I think 126 is Inoue's ceiling. I really do.
Yeah. That would be like a fun fight.
But furthermore, he's a superstar in Japan. He doesn't really need to leave Japan to maintain his superstar status.
The boxing world is buzzing with speculation as fans clamor for a blockbuster showdown between two of the sport's most electrifying fighters, Naoya Monster Inoue and Gervonta Tank Davis. The chatter erupted after Inoue's recent dominant performances, solidifying his
bantamweight unified champion, right? So he has a fight coming up anyway.
Promoters have yet to confirm any talks, but the overwhelming demand from fans has already made this matchup the most talked about potential fight of 2025. With both fighters at the peak of their powers and legacies on the line, the stage is set for what could become an iconic chapter in boxing history. This sentiment reflects the significant weight difference as Davis competes at lightweight, while Inoue is currently the undisputed super bantamweight champion. The prospect of Inoue moving up multiple weight classes presents considerable challenges, making this highly anticipated bout unlikely in the near future.
I like, what's the guy from Japan?
You like Inoue?
Yeah.
Do you foresee potentially at some day you guys meeting together, maybe at a catchweight, or maybe if he keeps going up in weight?
Probably.
Yeah.
That would be like a fun fight.
Crazy.
Yeah, that would be a fun fight. Now that would be technical. That fight right there, like me and him. But I think I'll be too big for him.
Probably, yeah.
I'll be too big for him. Yeah. But that fight would be like, yeah, facts.
Gervonta Tank Davis has consistently expressed admiration for Naoya Inoue's boxing prowess. In interviews, Davis has highlighted Inoue's skill set and accomplishments, acknowledging him as one of the top fighters in the sport. In a recent press conference, a reporter claimed that Inoue had dismissed Davis's abilities, stating that Davis possessed only power and posed no real threat. Davis was visibly taken aback by this assertion and responded, "There's no way he could say that. For him to be a boxer like that, there's no..."
Huh? You didn't say that? Show me.
You heard about it? I think there's a lot of people compilation combine things. I think I've seen it. I don't think he said that.
Because there's no way you said that. Coming to be a boxer like...
Former world champion TJ Doheny has weighed in on the ongoing debate about a hypothetical showdown between Gervonta Tank Davis and Naoya Inoue, emphasizing that the weight disparity makes the fight almost impossible to imagine. Doheny believes Davis, competing at lightweight, would be too much for Inoue, who has so far shown no interest in moving beyond 122 pounds, where he is dominating his division. While fans dream of seeing these two pound-for-pound stars clash, Doheny points out that Inoue's physical limitations make it highly unlikely. Boxing enthusiasts have called for Inoue to test himself at super featherweight, 130 pounds, or even lightweight in a mega fight against Tank Davis. Such a bout could determine the sport's true pound-for-pound king. However, Doheny argues that Inoue appears content at 122 pounds, where he continues to dismantle his opposition with relative ease. Moving up to face larger, more dangerous fighters at 126 pounds or beyond would require a significant leap of both risk and physical adaptation, something Inoue hasn't pursued so far. Doheny believes Inoue's ceiling is likely at 126 pounds, making the prospect of a fight with Davis far-fetched. The Irish risks far beyond anything he has shown a willingness to attempt. For now, the fight remains a fantasy, and Inoue is left to continue cementing his legacy within his current division.
Do you think that's just, a weight class too high? I don't even know what weight that would be at, maybe 130, but is that just too much, or do you think he's capable of going up there and being a Tank Davis?
No, Tank's an absolute dog, but if they were in the same weight class, it'd be a cracking fight. But there's too much of a gap. I think 126 is Inoue's ceiling, I really do.
Yeah. Well, TJ, I appreciate your time. Obviously, 15th of March, you're fighting Nick Bull. Just any final words, any prediction, any message to your fans?
Not so much.
This tension could complicate the organization of such a high-profile event. Despite this, fans dream of the day the two champions meet, as both have proven they can deliver unforgettable performances.
To kind of pivot into the fact that, I see it on Twitter all the time, and I've talked about it before while being in Japan. Can Tank and Inoue actually fight each other one day? It's a good question, because I don't think it's far-fetched. Now, more than likely they won't fight because Inoue's aligned himself with Turkey, right? And Tank doesn't work with Turkey. He don't like Turkey. On top of that too, you have the weight thing. Inoue stated when he fought Neri that he weighed 138 pounds. Tank tweeted during the build-up to this fight with Lamar Roach that he was on weight at 138 pounds. So they kind of have like Inoue's fight night weight is probably close to what Tank's walk around weight is. They're not far off. So weight-wise, as crazy as it sounds, because you don't think of Inoue and Tank as being the same size, because Inoue turned pro at light flyweight, Tank turned pro at 130, something like that. So you wouldn't necessarily think of those two being close in size, but they actually are. So I think it's doable. Obviously, Tank has some signature fights at lightweight he's got to take care of, like Shakur Stevenson, like Devin Haney. Or Devin's at 47 now, so I can't even say Devin. But he's got Shakur Stevenson. He's got Teofimo Lopez. He might have Keyshawn Davis on his hands if Keyshawn wins the title. There's some business for him to take care of. And then for Inoue,
if a fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Naoya Inoue materializes, it will undoubtedly become one of the biggest events in boxing history. This clash would feature America's most electrifying fighter against Japan's most dominant champion, both boasting undefeated records and legendary knockout power. The fight would represent not just a battle of styles, but a collision of two global icons, captivating audiences worldwide. It would transcend boxing, symbolizing the meeting of two cultures at the pinnacle of the sport, with both Naoya Inoue is achieving in the boxing world. acknowledging that his success is not only great for him, but also for Japan. He highlighted that Inoue's rise to prominence is a proud moment for his country, as it showcases the skill and determination that Japan has to offer on the international stage. The coach emphasized that the focus should be on letting Inoue continue his journey and reach his full potential. The impact of his achievements transcends the ring, making a significant cultural contribution to his homeland. Adrian Bronner recently responded to questions about a potential fight between Gervonta Davis and Naoya Inoue, advising reporters to relax and suggesting that Inoue should sit his little ape down. Bronner acknowledged Inoue's skill, but implied that the fight might not be feasible due to weight differences and other factors. He also mentioned that Inoue is fighting over there, possibly referring to Japan, and that they ain't testing you, which could suggest concerns about drug testing protocols in different regions. Despite these comments, Bronner recognized Inoue as a good fighter, indicating respect for his abilities.
Relax. Man, you better sit his little down. Yeah, of course. You know, even though I don't want to make excuses, but he's fighting over there. They ain't testing. You know, I ain't making no excuses. You know what I mean? I ain't making no. He's a good fighter though. He's a good fighter. Me, I ain't fighting him. I ain't making no excuses, but like I told him, man. You know, I'm here for you. You know, go enjoy the fruits and labor of your work. Come back like you never left, man. You'll be champion.
The dream fight between Naoya Inoue and Gervonta Davis has been a fantasy for boxing fans for years. Even when Inoue was just 28, the idea of these two explosive fighters clashing in the ring had already captured the imagination of many. Now, Inoue has only continued to build on his legacy as one of the most exciting fighters in the sport. Fans have eagerly anticipated the moment these two stars could finally face off, and their excitement has only grown with each passing year. If this fight were to happen, it would undoubtedly be a spectacle. Both Inoue and Davis possess incredible power, speed, and skill, making for a thrilling
placements and everything.
Footwork.
Yeah.
Defense.
He's 29 years old, and I said that 28. But I said that Manny Pacquiao and Triple G didn't get famous until after they were 30. Tank, are you willing to go down to 118 to fight him?
I can't get no 118.
But if you could, it would be fireworks.
Fans have been speculating ever since Gervonta Tank Davis tweeted good luck to Naoya Monster Inoue for his fight. While Tank hasn't directly expressed interest in a matchup with Inoue, the tweet has sparked excitement among fans who are now taking it as a hint that Tank might be open to facing the Japanese sensation. Tank Davis, a 3-division world champion with 30 wins and 28 knockouts, competes at 135 pounds, holding the WBA lightweight title. He's 30 years old, standing at 5 feet 5 inches with a 67-inch reach. Inoue, on the other hand, is a 4-division champion and a 2-division undisputed champion, competing at 122 pounds. At 31 years old, he has a perfect record of 28 wins, 25 by knockout. Despite their differences in weight, with Inoue potentially jumping up 13 pounds to challenge Davis at 135, Tank believes the fight could be massive, citing similar weight jumps by past fighters like Terence Crawford and Roy Jones Jr. Tank, who has expressed admiration for Inoue in the past, including calling him a beast, recently wished him luck in his fight in Japan. Inoue responded with a salute, sparking speculation about a future showdown. While Davis acknowledges Inoue's greatness, he believes the size difference might be too significant for a fair matchup. Nonetheless, both fighters have expressed respect for each other's talents. Although Davis's future big fights may be limited, with potential bouts against Shakur Stevenson and others, the idea of Inoue moving up in weight creates intrigue.
in Japan, so you know it's late, you know, early in the morning in the United States. So it'll probably be about 7, 8 in the morning, right? So Tank Davis just sent him, you know, well wishes on his next fight, right? And he responded back to Tank, saluted Tank, sent him some emojis, right? You know, they just acknowledged one another.
Tank's comments on the matter indicate a level of respect for Inoue's abilities, but he believes that their size difference might be too much to overcome. Despite this, the idea of a fight between the two has sparked interest in the boxing world. Both fighters are seen as elite in their respective weight classes. With both men being undefeated and holding impressive records, a fight between them could easily capture the attention of boxing fans worldwide. It could be one of the biggest super fights in recent years, akin to the Mayweather-Pacquiao matchup. Though whether it will come to fruition depends on both fighters' willingness to challenge each other and the logistics of making such a fight happen.
And so everybody took this as him saying he wants to fight him. So I'm like, I didn't see, other than that interview that Tank did a while back, where he said that Inoue would be a super fight, but he did say Inoue is too small, right? Inoue is 31 years of age. He's 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Tank is about 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Although Tank says he's 5'4", they're around the same height. $122 to 135, yeah, about 13 pounds, right? So 13-pound jump for him. Fight Tank Davis. That would be a super fight. Terence Crawford is jumping up 14 pounds from 154 to 168 to challenge Canelo Alvarez in September. So it would be similar, right? It has happened before. Roy Jones jumped up 25 pounds, so go figure.
After the happening of Terence Crawford's fight, fans are now looking to allow Sheikh to make the dream fight between Gervonta Davis and Naoya Inoue a reality. Sheikh has recently made headlines for orchestrating unbelievable matchups, pulling off some of the biggest fights in boxing history. His ability to bring together high-stakes battles has earned him immense respect, and now fans are hopeful he'll do the same for this epic showdown. With both Davis and Inoue being undefeated and among the top fighters, there's no doubt that if Sheikh can make this fight happen, it'll be a spectacle. Japanese fans have been quick to defend Naoya Inoue, stating that he is already a superstar in Japan and doesn't need to fight Gervonta Tank Davis in the United States to prove his status. They emphasize that Inoue has achieved immense success in his home country, with a legacy that has already solidified him as one of the best. His accomplishments, skills, and popularity in Japan make it clear that he doesn't need to leave to prove his worth. Inoue's success speaks for itself, and many believe he is already a global icon without the need for validation from the American boxing scene.
Naoya Inoue does not need United States of America.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.